I'm Diane Sare. I'm part of the six-person LaRouche Democratic slate for U.S. Congress, and I'm running in the state of New Jersey. I'm standing here in New York City by City Hall, where a crowd of several thousand people of Occupy Wall Street, the Nurses Union, the Transit Workers Union, members of the steel workers, iron workers, have all passed by. And what you see is the mass strike process growing like crazy. The Liberty Park, where people have been camped out, starting with maybe 200 people sleeping overnight, is now jam-packed. There's probably 1,000 or a couple thousand people out there. And the kind of comments we're getting from people here are things like, thank God somebody's finally standing up, we've had it, we've had enough. What the group as a whole is short on is solutions. Many of them do agree with the reinstatement of the Glass-Steagall Act, but the problem is that under President Obama, this will never be allowed to occur. The other problem is that most people are not really aware that the transatlantic system is dead, that it's going through its last death agony, and if we try and cling to that, the human species is finished. What we have to do is ally ourselves with the developments in Russia and China and take a trans-Pacific orientation, which is not corrupted by the legacy of the environmentalist movement and this anti-science, anti-human dark age culture that we've had in the United States and Western Europe with the Green Movement. Now, the other thing that people don't generally understand is the difference between monetarism and credit. And the key to credit, and this is where we really have to go, is that credit is shaped by the future. It's the future determining the present. That it's not a question of debt, it's a question of where should the human race be 50 years from now, 100 years from now? What would it take to actually build colonies in Siberia and mine the raw materials there? Can the U.S. work with Russia to do that? And if we did that, would that allow us to move into the solar system and beyond? So the work of the LaRouche movement, the LaRouche slate, and our organizers around the country is to provide leadership for the growing mass strike in the direction of policy. And as LaRouche has been very clear on this matter, number one, Obama has to be removed from office or somehow contained with an impeachment vote to prevent him from making policy and further destroying the country. Simultaneous with that, we get Glass-Steagall passed in the U.S. Congress. And third, the U.S. moves with China and Russia to build the extended NWAPA worldwide. And I definitely have the sense that the majority of the American people are ready for this.